So if you're a frequent viewer of the show, you know that we've done a segment before where Zeus took us on this journey about Apple TV.
Let me add real fast. Ted Lasso, one of the best comedies that I've seen in a very long time. That show is a top 10 show in regards to comedies. Remember how we did our top 5 comedies? That might actually be done there. Like, it's a really good freaking show. Mystic Quest is another funny show. And I don't know if I touched on it. I know I said it to you. But a really, really good show is For All Mankind. Alternate history. Instead of the U.S. landing on the moon, it was Russians who landed on the moon first. And then that just set a chain of events. And it's a really riveting alternate history. I love alternate history. I don't know if you like alternate. I love alternate history, like just what if, you know. But yeah, that's a really good show. And I'm also watching C. I finally started watching C. Yo, man, in that show, Jason Momoa has like some of the coolest like killing. Like he just like, it's pretty badass. Like I'm scared of a blind man. Like so anyways, real quickly want to throw that show. If you haven't gotten it, I honestly do recommend, if you get it for 1 month, $6 for 1 month, knock out all those shows and you're good to go. Which I think that's one of the things that Apple TV has that HBO Max has, which is a limited content. If I'm not mistaken.
Unlimited content?
A limited Apple
content.
TV has a very limited content.
Oh, okay. So right. So I think we should probably do a 2021 best of later in the year. Maybe Ted Lasso will get into your list. Okay. So yes. So Zeus did the Apple TV one, and he just did a follow up to that just now. I'm doing one for HBO Max because I got it a month ago, and so I've had it for a month, and I want to give my short review of HBO Max. I got it for Wonder Woman 1984, and the movie was okay. It lacked in a lot of places. I don't hate the movie. I know a lot of people really like Justin like it, but I don't hate it. But
it felt like a TV show. It just felt like an episode of a TV show.
Okay, like a longer episode.
Yeah, long ass episode of a TV show.
Okay, so but Wonder Woman, being the reason I got HBO, is actually emblematic of the bigger reason why most people would get HBO Max, sorry, which is for the movies, right? For the fact that this is the streaming arm of Warner Brothers theater strategy for 2021, where they're going to do theater and HBO Max release at the same time. So you're like, okay, I don't have to go to the theater to watch Wonder Woman 84, The Little Things, Godzilla vs. Kong, and so on and so on. But right now, the movie selection that's on HBO Max is just kind of meh. Even The Little Things that's coming out this weekend, the early reviews on it have been like, well, why does this movie exist? And which is crazy because it's got 3 Oscar winners, leading the movie. But it's just people are saying that it feels like a movie that didn't have to exist. So now that's 2 high-profile movies that have come out in this, past month and a half of HBO Max that are lagging behind, right? Okay, so fine. If the movies aren't doing it for you, what about the TV shows? I think this is where HBO Max excels. So HBO Max has the whole catalog of HBO, right? You've got The Sopranos, you've got The Wire, Deadwood, all that stuff. But a lot of those HBO shows, if I wanted to see them, I've already seen them. I still have to finish the Westworld. But a lot of the HBO shows that I want to see, I've already seen them. The big draw for me is actually the DC shows on HBO Max. There's this one show I used to watch on Cartoon Network back in the early 2010s called Young Justice, and it was the best thing on Cartoon Network. Seasons 1 and 2. It felt like a spiritual successor to Justice League, which is a successor to Batman the Animated Series. So this is like really like it's like semi-adult content on Cartoon Network, and then it got canceled because Mattel, the toy maker, couldn't fund it anymore until it got renewed interest when it got moved to Netflix in 2018. So now it's an HBO Max, and they created a season 3 for it, and the season 4 is coming out on HBO Max, and it is top notch. I recommend it for anyone that has HBO Max to go watch Young Justice. They also have the show Harley Quinn on HBO Max, which is also animated, but it's not for kids. It's really not. It's dirty jokes, dirty language,
Man,
gruesome.
it's DC Dark, of course.
DC Dark, yeah, exactly. I think that is where HBO Max excels, the DC animated content. And then we know that there are some HBO shows that are going to be coming out, but you can get that with regular HBO. So.
It's kind of funny that because the DC, remember they launched DC as a separate streaming service, and I guess they realized, all right, we don't have enough.
They folded it into that.
Yeah, so exactly. Because you know who else is doing that? Paramount is going to do that with CBS All Access. So they're going to incorporate CBS All Access. They're going to rename it to Paramount All Access, I guess, or Paramount Plus. Everything has a plus now. And they're doing that to allow to basically take over the Paramount movies, which honestly, even though I own the movie, I might get Paramount All Access just because of the fact of it's what's it called? Shawshank Redemption is their biggest. That's their biggest. Yeah, that's their biggest movie. If you watch Paramount, the TV channel that they have, which of course used to be Spike TV and then TNN and a bunch of other.
Wasn't the Incredible Hulk distributed by Paramount? Like the MCU Incredible Hulk. I think that was like the only one that wasn't distributed like in those early days by.
Wasn't it Sony?
No. Sony didn't work with Marvel Studios till Civil War when they gave them access to Spider-Man.
You might be right. I'm thinking of Spider-Man.
So
no,
yeah,
Universal
did Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, because they don't want to give the rights to the Hulk to Marvel because Universal Studios has the Hulk ride.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And that's one of their biggest things.
So why doesn't I still don't get why Incredible Hulk is not on Peacock then? Because that's NBC Universal.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So anyway,
we're trying to watch it because we're trying to do our
Marvel thingy.
Our Marvel deep dive with the Incredible Hulk movie.
We already have a Marvel playlist out there, which is our WandaVision reviews, but we're trying to do our retrospective. So anyway, so my review on HBO Max is that the movies, they're going to be there. They're going to be releasing at least one a month. During the summer, it's going to pick up. I believe. The Snyder Cut is coming out as a 4-hour movie now. They were gonna do 6 episodes, but decided to do one 4-hour movie. That's coming out a week apart from Godzilla vs. Kong. Those are the things I'm looking forward to. But as far as content right now, I think the best thing they have outside of the HBO shows, which I assume you would already watched, would be those DC animated shows. And that is my review of HBO Max.
Questions? Okay. Well, I watched it. Honestly, I got HBO Max for Wonder Woman 2. Like we said, it's okay. It's a movie. It's not.
It's a movie.
It's But the thing that I honestly loved about it was be able to catch up on some shows. Finally got to finish Ballers. I was like 2 seasons. I never got to finish like 2 or 3 seasons of it. Now I get to go back into because I had Prime for the longest time, and The Wire was there. A bunch of like HBO shows were on Amazon Prime. I was like, I'll get to them when I get to them. And then they were gone. And I was like, crap. I need to watch The Wire. I've never seen it.
Do you still have HBO Max?
Yeah, I'm still.
Okay. If you haven't watched this comedy, go watch The Righteous Gemstones. It's a Danny McBride comedy. Hilarious. It's really good. Only 10 episodes, 30 minutes.
Okay. I'll check it out. And the funny thing is, though, there's so many shows that you've never heard of that HBO released. Like, you said Westworld, honestly, I didn't like the first season.
Really?
I didn't. They were doing too much. It was just like, if I have to kind of Google what just happened to kind of figure it out, maybe I'm too dumb for it. I don't know.
Maybe you shouldn't half watch. Like, stop doing other things while you're watching.
Hey, I have to play Candy Crush. I've been playing it for 12 years.
There you go.
But yeah, it's like I wasn't into it. Honestly, it's just too much on it. And when you put too many storylines going on in one show, it's kind of like it's kind of like how True Blood was like, I think like their 5th or 6th season. There was like literally like 10 storylines seemed to be going on at one time.
Yeah.
Knocked me out of the show. I didn't watch the show for a good 4 years. Well, after it like ended is when I finally went back and finished it off. Like I think it was like had 3 seasons left over. This is when you do too many things going on. I'm just like, nah, I'm good.
There were parts that were definitely really confusing in Westworld.
Yeah.
I agree with that. There was no, I'm not gonna touch on it in case people haven't watched it. But anyway, all right, cool.
But there's a lot of other shows, and then honestly, with me right now, it's like I realized that I think I've seen just about every Big Bang Theory episode. You know, because you know how they used to always run them on TBS. I still think they do, but I don't.
The reruns, syndicated version.
Yeah, syndicated. Like, so I think I've seen every episode ever, but now I'm seeing it like in order. That's one of those shows because it's like what 55 seasons that you have to watch, and it's really I think 11. But you know, that's a lot of episodes, 24 episodes. So that's one thing that I'm catching up on. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I gotta watch the reunion. I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't done that too. Yeah.
But then there's like just other really like interesting looking shows. Raised by Wolves, I want to catch.
That's HBO Max. Oh yes, it is. That's an original. No, is it original? I guess it's an original.
I think it is. Yeah, and then they have also what's the one that they were talking about?
The one with the lady from Kaylee Cuoco, the flight attendant.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, the flight attendant, and then Lovecraft County.
Lovecraft Country, yeah.
And then there's also what was the name of that show?
But just to clarify, Lovecraft Country is just an HBO show. I don't know if the flight attendant is an HBO show or it's like specific to HBO Max. But
they do have originals, right? Like, which I'm just like, I guess I get it.
Yeah.
It's just like if you have somewhere to show it, why are you having originals specifically for that? Like,
right. Well, you want people to buy the service, but
yeah, I mean, you want people to specifically go to it for. So yeah, and it premiered on HBO Max, and it looks like it is an HBO Max show. The flight attendant that is. So, and I'm just like, I get why. It's just like, even if I have HBO Max, and you have an HBO, but I have HBO, it kind of will be like, why do I need HBO if I have HBO Max? I wonder how they're gonna do with like new episodes being released. Like, do they instantly go on HBO Max?
Yeah, that's what happened with Lovecraft Country. The thing though is that people who have HBO Max don't have regular HBO. Like usually, like a lot of people don't have regular cable anymore. Like all they have are these streaming services. Well, I say a lot of people. I'm talking about me. Like all I have are these streaming services. So if more people are like me, that's what they're doing. So yeah, I don't think many people are like paying for HBO on their cable.
And then of course, you know that's what's gonna happen. Cinemax is gonna come out with this too. They're gonna try to do something similar. Stars. I mean, they're already doing it where like you add on to Hulu, but they're probably gonna start with like, all right, we're gonna be an add on to Hulu, but we'll start doing our own shows too. You know, our own Stars on the go originals and stuff like that. So everybody's gonna have their own damn streaming service after a while, and then you're gonna end up getting it. I'm just waiting for the people who come at me with like, hey, for $50 you can watch every single streaming service. But Netflix alone is like half of that, right?
Yeah,
they're like $7.99 now.
$18 for 4 screens. So.
Hey, but they're knocking out like movies every week now, which might be an oversaturation, but it's also something.
No, I enjoy it because there's literally something for everyone. Someone put me on this show, Bling Empire. I watched the first episode. It's not the kind of show I would watch by myself. Yeah. Like if I'm with someone, they're like, "Hey, let's watch this show." I'll be like, yeah, we'll watch it. But I wouldn't watch
someone female or someone anybody.
Someone female. Let's not get into it. But yeah.
Gotcha. No, I get it. Maybe I'll check it out with the wife or something like that because I've heard about it. But the thing is though, man, Netflix there's so many shows. It's
not something you would watch by yourself. I promise you.
Okay. Is it kind of like I wouldn't watch Outlander by myself kind of situation?
No. It's like Keeping Up with the Kardashians. But I feel like
I probably won't watch it. Period.
Yeah, I feel like these people are less likable.
Hard stop. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. With the review.
HBO Max. You get it for a month. Try it out. You might like it. And if you like superhero stuff, check out the DC animated shows.